that shit for what it's worth and play that shit for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? We all here to use each other just long we don't misuse each other. You hear me? Like, I want motherfuckers that's useful around me. You hear me? Like, same way you need me for something, I need you for something. Like, make this shit make sense. You hear me? We all here to help each other. You hear me? So that shit all come in due time and no young. Like, you hear me? Like, I can't explain how I met her. You hear me? Like, shit just happened. Like, if I ain't see her in that time, that moment, I probably would have never met her. You hear me? But we in this bitch.
I ain't tryna eat with y'all if you wasn't starving with the team. Back when it was time to go to war, y'all wasn't part of the regime.
You know?
Alright, look, boom. We're gonna start with that Stardat.
Yeah.
So explain to me what Stardat is. Like, is it a label, it's a clique, like it's a group, what is it?
Man, Stardat, for me, this shit a lifestyle, you hear me? This shit, principles, morals, you hear me? This shit is a record label. It's a lot of things, you hear me? It's whatever you want it to be. To me, the meaning Stardat is just like taking whatever you got and making the best out of it, you hear me? Like taking whatever you got and using it to the best of your abilities. Like whatever you chasing in life, whatever you love, whatever you do this shit for your family, you got a dream, start that shit, you hear me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't play with it, start that shit. Like wake up every day and don't play with life, like, cause this shit pressure. You know, we from New Orleans, people dying every day, you know what I'm saying? Long live all the fallen soldiers, but it's like, you gotta wake up with your best, put your best foot forward, with keep God in mind, stay positive about your life and your surroundings. And if it ain't like that, you need to move around. You need to find your happy space, because niggas out to be lost, you hear me? So, like, that to me, that's what the start that shit means. The niggas start that shit, you hear me? We ain't on no negative shit, no dumb shit. We come from all that. We done made it past all that. Why a nigga want to turn around and risk their life freedom playing with somebody who ain't even on the level we on, you hear me? So, this start that shit is just, it's royalty, you hear me? Y'all gonna see in a minute, you hear me? But it started uptown New Orleans, Third Wall, Zion City. It's just me and my little bros, Long Live Joker, you hear me? He one of the original Stardat members, because we had a little clique, the pop stars, and Stardat was just a saying. You hear me? Some shit niggas say Stardat, you know what I'm saying? You know, everybody had their little saying, put that on the end type shit. So that was just shit we was just throwing around. Me and Hot Bizzle, we and Crowd Mover Crystal, that's the first song we did together, you hear me? Juvenile to Juvenile Move, my first bounce song. You hear me? We do this, the bitch blow up, go viral. I'm like, shit, at this point, you know, we got this chemistry, this movement, people like loving the just chemistry and the unity. We need to create a brand, a name, a label, something like, fuck, we gonna run with Stardat ENT. You hear me? Like, that's the shit we repping, that's the hood,
So
it's
it's
original.
no one man above nobody, it's just a movement.
Yeah, just Stardat, you hear me? Like, it's all family. Like, it's not no gang, none of that, you hear me? Like, it's family, you hear me? Orientated, like, it's all love, whether we blood or not. I don't care if you from uptown, downtown, the east, west bank, Kenner, whatever, wherever you from, like, you know what I'm saying? If you got something going with yourself, you got some business about yourself, and, you know, we on the same accord, and we trying to have something in life, and you on that grind, you about hustling with a nigga, yeah, you hear me? It's all started, you hear me? I don't care where you, because it started right there in the 3, but like I say, this shit all love. Shout out to everybody. I ain't got no beef with nobody. You know what I'm saying? These little young niggas be out here wildin', putting a bad stain on the hood and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, different shit going on. You can't control what these little niggas out here running wild doing. But for me, I can say I done stepped in every hood, every project, and niggas fuck with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Even motherfuckers that be at odds with each other, I be in the midst watching all this shit unfold, but all these motherfuckers fuck with me, and I see the good in all this shit. Even though a lot of bad come with this shit, because the streets tied into this music shit too, you know what I'm saying? Because that where it come from, the street. That's how we inspired by the street, you know what I'm saying?
So you a rapper, you a producer, and I'm just finding out you do some camera work too. So like, when all that started?
Man, you know, it all started out of necessity. Like, nigga just started growing up as a youngin', wanting to rap, being influenced by everybody that was popping around me. Like, I'm from that era, Cash Money, No Limit, Rockefeller, Rough Riders type shit. You know what I'm saying? So all that shit inspired me to want rap. And then just mimicking that and imitating that and seeing that and studying that, I started doing this shit myself. And luckily, in the midst of all this, I had, you know, God put people in my life, people like Nightwalk Gucci, Joe Trax. That's two of my close partners that rap. And Joe Trax make beats, Nightwalk Gucci rap. He had a deal with Def Jam at one time too. But that was one of the first people that put me in the studio, gave me some original beats. This is around 2002. I'm a young, you know, little nigga, 13, 14, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Really just getting into this shit, trying to learn this shit. you know what I'm saying, seeing all the hot boys, all these niggas do this shit. I want to do this shit too. You heard me? So that's how it started for me. You heard me? Then being in Atlanta, I was around all this shit, not even knowing these about to be the niggas that's gonna be the next stars and shit like that. You heard me? Like, so all that shit inspired me to want to do this shit. You heard me? So that's why I started just rapping, and then later on down the line, I ain't had nobody to back me. I'm like, fuck, I ain't really had the budget like these niggas either. So it was either like, fuck, either I'm gonna learn how to pick up this camera and do this shit, or I'm gonna pay somebody. And I ain't got money to pay a nigga for this video, that video. I'm trying to go hard with this shit. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy a camera and figure this shit out later with the editing shit. I get somebody to edit this shit for me, but it ended up playing around on iMovie, you hear me? Learning how to sync that shit up, learned the camera shit, and then throughout my journey, you know, I've been around the producers and shit like that, so I'm learning how to make beats, I'm learning how to record, engineering, all that shit, you hear me? So that's how I just got into all this shit, so I know how to do everything. But at this point, I'm just strictly back to just, I'm about to show y'all what this rap shit about, because I owe it to the game, I owe it to the world, to New Orleans, to Atlanta, to my people, all the niggas that did it before me, and for myself, for my family. You heard me? Like, you did type shit, so.
All right, so you're originally from New Orleans, Zion City.
Yeah.
And you got ties in Atlanta, Zone 6.
Believe
So,
that.
tell me the difference. I want to know some differences and some similarities between the two. As far as the street go, everyday life, you know what I'm saying?
For the similarities, I say, like, you know, every hood, every city in America got a ghetto. We all go through the same struggle in our own ways. It's just more or less of it, you feel me? Type shit. So that's all it really be like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own swag, their own lingo, their own way of doing things. So that'd be where the difference come in at. Like New Orleans, this shit, you know, the education system fucked up.
Terrible.
You heard me? Terrible. Like, and you wouldn't even notice the difference. If you grew up out here and never been outside this shit, you wouldn't know that, damn, we really living like some savages. We thinking fucked up. You heard me? Like, if you go everywhere, like, people moving with a little more decency, you know, dignity, you know what I'm saying? A little more respect for each other, like, a little more hard work and honest type shit.
Even how we talk to each other is right.
Yeah, it's like we just live a rough lifestyle. Even a female, like, we all, like, there's no filter, no cut with this shit. You feel me? It's like, get it how you live. You know what I'm saying? That's why the ones who really do try to come up, try to, you know what I'm saying, move away from this shit. But, like, you know, like New Orleans, like I said, is, you know, the education system fucked up, more poverty. It's just a harsh reality. Like, the violence, way more intense. Like, we been, like, all, like, how the internet then changed the world and influenced the world, and how everybody on some just want to be a stepper, shooter shit. New Orleans been on that way back in the game, like when this shit wasn't even just popularized like that, or couldn't be popularized because there wasn't no internet and all this shit. Like, we really was living this shit. Like, some people do this shit for sure. They won't show a nigga, oh, I'm sticked up, I'm blizzard up, I'm this, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, back in the G, we was living that shit. It wasn't even about all that. It was some real street shit, you feel me? So a nigga come from that original element, you feel me? Even with Atlanta, they got their street shit too, but I say they more hustlers. You hear me? Like, they bit more about getting money. They got more of a network too. It's bigger, a lot of more motion, a lot of shit going on. It always been that way, you know what I'm saying? A lot more opportunity too, because, like, they always embrace, like, black business, black culture down there. Out here, I can say this shit a little more racist. You know what I'm saying? In a way. Because think about it. Everybody really, you forced to really work in the service industry, the labor industry. It's like, it's nothing like really substantial that's gonna really like better your foundation, your family type shit. It's like this shit ran by the racist motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? The people who been in power, who been, you know what I'm saying? Think about it, they not letting go of that power. This shit a tourist city, is all about that, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
So you feel like when people say Atlanta stick together, that shit true?
To a degree, cause it's shit going on behind the scene niggas don't know about. It ain't all friendly buddy, but it's about who you rock with too, in different cliques and different circles too. It's just different from how a nigga rock out here. Out here it's a little more street to where it's more shit dealing with beef. It's like, oh, this area or this hood or this project don't fuck with this hood because of that, you know, just years in history of that shit, like that beef shit, hereditary, that shit go on for generations. Like, even if you ain't necessarily got no beef with a nigga from this project, oh, just because you from that project and I'm from this project, we ain't supposed to be fucking with each other. You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna cause some type of tension? Is it too much history involved in it? You know what I'm saying? But like out there in Atlanta, like it's just more like they on some get money shit. You hear me? Like,
A lot of bad.
but now this shit turned up. I ain't gonna lie, Atlanta getting like New Orleans. Like you'll think like shit be going down. You hear me? Like I ain't gonna lie. That's just the generation. Like everything getting worse
You think the music
worldwide.
caused that?
Huh?
You think the music caused that?
What you said?
You think the music caused that?
The music?
Yeah.
What
Like,
you mean?
like the music, everything, like how it's getting violent. You think that's because of the music?
Yeah, it could. Yeah, it play. That shit play a part. Fucking right. It play a part. 'Cause that's what's breeding. That's what's training these niggas' mentality. They see these niggas on TV and videos and rapping all this gangster shit. They think that shit really what it is. Same way we was influenced by shit growing up, but that shit had a little more substance to make you think. It ain't one just about fuck a nigga, shoot a nigga, fuck a bitch. You hear me? Like it had a little more meaning to it. You feel me? Now it's just like straight to the point. This what it is. Some stepper shit, some drill shit.
I blame Chicago, bro.
You feel me? It plays a part. Don't get me wrong though, cause look, New Orleans very influenced by places like Chicago, Atlanta, but it's more influenced by places like Chicago because it's more gangster, more it reflect kind of what New Orleans is. You feel me? So anything on that line, they gonna fuck with that. Same way like we like Baton Rouge music, Young Boy, you know what I'm saying? All them niggas, you know what I'm saying? Cause that's the type of shit we on, the type of shit we been living, and these niggas was influenced by our old sound. Really, when you really think about it, they just took their little twist to it and turned, you know what I'm saying? New Orleans just really lost their identity after Katrina. Everybody went different places, so it was just like it wasn't nothing going on in the city for us to really be influenced by. The motherfuckers who could have took it to the next level. Soldier Slim got killed, Long Live Soldier Slim. You know, BZ got caught up in this situation. Cash Money on a different level. They like past the city. They not thinking about, they already done did that. They trying to do some worldwide shit, so you can't blame them in a sense. Master P, he done moved on, did some bigger shit. Who gonna hold it down for the city now? Like, other than probably like, you got people like Spitter. You know, he an influence. Like, I can see that's a positive influence in the city. Like, you know what I'm saying? A prime example of success, keeping it real and staying where you from. And bro just on a different vibe. He on some positive shit. He on some real shit. So a nigga ain't coming at him with no dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? You'll be stupid if you run up on him on some you know what I'm saying? Some lame shit. You feel me? Like, yeah, if nigga in the street, keep it in the street. You hear me? Like, if you coming like that, that's the energy you bringing. That's the energy you gonna get. You hear me? That's why I don't respect when niggas do lame shit. You know what I'm saying? The real, but that's the age we living in. Niggas wanna be on that slime shit. Going back to the music. Everybody hide that slime and slat. Don't even really know what that shit really come from. Like, you know what I'm saying? I grew up around all this shit, this lingo and shit nigga be kicking slime and slat jigging and finessing. Nigga, I really come from this lifestyle. I grew up around real bosses, real OGs. You hear me? Like, not even knowing what the fuck was going on in the era, just thinking this is how it is. Like, no, this shit different than what these niggas doing nowadays. You hear me? Like, this shit fucked up out here. Like, I see what niggas, when I was growing up, I see what motherfuckers was saying, like, how our generation was tripping. Now, this generation really tripping. It's a different level, bro. Like, they don't have no meaning, no purpose. It ain't even about getting no money, no structure, no, you know, you can holler that gang shit, but y'all niggas stealing cars, sharing pistols, ain't really got no real money. How you gonna go to war or do anything you ain't got your money right? You hear me? Like, it's just all type of shit. Just like, if you gonna be in the street, do it the right way. Cause it's a right way to do wrong, you hear me? Even if you're gonna do it. You know, we all from the streets, you know, everybody in dibba dabba that lifestyle, you hear me? By the grace of God, nigga like me still here, you hear me? I done did a lot of shit, you hear me? I ain't here to glorify it either though, but I'm glad I made it through it to the point where, you know what? I'm trying to do some bigger and better shit. Y'all can have that shit. Y'all gotta go through that shit, learn from y'all mistakes, if y'all get a chance to live it long. Cause a lot of niggas ain't living past 16, 17, 18 to even live my age to even know, okay, this the bigger picture, this is what I need to be doing, this how I need to be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all niggas gotta get that shit together, man. That's something I'm gonna work on too. Off the subject, you hear me? But like, yeah. Like, that's why I feel like I got a purpose in New Orleans. Like, people be like, don't come back to the city. I could be in Atlanta, right? I could be anywhere. I won't be, for real, for real. Like, it's just something about home, the city, like your people. I love this shit, you hear me? And the people love me, you hear me? The streets ain't got no love, but the people love me, you hear me? The real ones, you feel me? Like, if you ain't fucked up with it out here, but like, hopefully a nigga could inspire the new generation and show them a little something, you hear me? And do some new shit and collaborate.